Hello, I'm Nicolás Fernández and I'm a Spanish student who is 17 years old and lives in Madrid, but right now I'm filming in my hometown in the south. What matters most to me is becoming someone who can consistently improve regardless of the situation. I've realized growth isn't just about results, it's about becoming someone and building the discipline and the mindset to keep going even though you don't see results or it's uncomfortable. That is important to me because I don't want to rely on external motivation or pressure just to perform. I want to rely just on my habits and standards. And I see that just the ultimate goal. And I try to pursue that dream for fitness, business, and any other goal I try to achieve, as I see it the foundation for building any big project. I want to join GLE because I'm looking for an environment which constantly pushes me and raises my standards. I've understood the importance of the context in shaping the way you see the world and your mindset and the way you work. And from what I've understood, GLE brings together people who are curious, motivated, and willing to take the initiative, and that's exactly what I'm looking for. Some place to make friends and contacts from people who I can work with and improve all together. And I believe GLE is the perfect experience for my intellectual and personal growth. One experience that really shaped the way I see the world was when I realized how much your environment shapes your standards. I consider myself to be a good and constant worker until I started surrounding myself with people online who worked harder than me or were more consistent than I was. This was a hard shock as I had to face the fact that I wasn't as good as I thought I was. But after all, it led me to grow and to improve in all these areas that it would have still continued to be stuck if I hadn't made this change. And from then, I've become a lot more aware of who I surround myself with and how much time I spend with them, since I've discovered this impacts the way you think and act. One experience that really stood out to me was during a school project in class. At the beginning, we were all in a group trying to make progress, but since we didn't have a clear goal on even what to make or how to make it, the project was just stuck with a few ideas flowing but no real progress. That's when I started setting up deadlines and new goals for the project, and that's when it started getting getting in shape and ultimately improving and to become something finished. That's when I realized the importance of leadership, not just as a way to control the group, but as a way to push people harder. As working a team, it's both about collaboration and making efforts individually, which can compensate when adding them all together. A time when I pushed myself and failed was when I started going to the gym. I started setting up incredibly complex routines, which took me such a long time, and after just a few weeks, I discovered I couldn't keep up with the rhythm I had set myself up to. That's when I started making changes to these routines, trying to make them simpler, less hard, less long, and that's when it really started taking off, as I could see myself actually making them, not just as a abstract way of thinking. That really shaped the way I set goals from them on. I've realized it's not just about making the hardest goal possible, but breaking them into little steps that you can see you can achieve, and that's what will push you forward. So that's me, and I really hope we can join all together this summer in Wales for having such a great time. Thank you.